So here we are. this is first time I'm testing out the Osmo Pocket 3. You can see the mic here is attached. I put a little dead cat fur kitty on, on the jacket here to see how the quality of the mic is. You'll have to tell me what you think, if you think this is the right product for me to produce videos for you guys. Today I'm going to see the Amy Winehouse documentary. Super excited. I'm a huge fan. I've always loved Amy. I've always loved Amy Winehouse, even if I can't say her name on camera. But I still remember back when I did one of my very first photo shoots. I rocked a beehive like Amy Winehouse, and everyone was telling me I rock the beehive like no other except Amy Winehouse. So maybe I should, you guys should take a look at that picture. I'll see if I can dig it up for you. We're testing the Osmo in low level light. I hope it's working out pretty well. And Amy Winehouse, I'm sure you all know, she was an international sensation. She is really, really famous for releasing just 2 albums in her lifetime. And then unfortunately she died at 27, same age as me. Oh. Let's not talk about my age maybe. But yeah, like 2 albums and to become an international sensation, I think that's pretty incredible. Her voice was something like no other. This show was not sold out tonight, so that was a little disappointing, but actually good for me because it meant I didn't have to worry about getting tickets. I was able to get them last minute. And I'll see you at the theater, and then I'll let you know what I think after the show. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you have, leave me a comment. Let me know how it was. I just came back from the Amy Winehouse documentary, and I'm a huge fan. So this movie didn't turn out the way that I had hoped for, and was a pretty big disappointment. But it wasn't the biggest disappointment of the evening. Now, I'm not a criminal. I paid for my ticket to see the movie without hesitation. But what is criminal is the concession stands. I find they're way overpriced and totally unhealthy. Any of you know me know that I'm a crazy health nut. And so I did stop off to get something to munch on while watching what I thought would have been a really great movie. Cucumber Lay's chips. I don't know if you ever saw this, but it was the first time I saw it and I thought it was a good in-between for me. What was a huge disappointment was when I was watching this movie that I wasn't enjoying and put one of these in my mouth and basically instantly had to spit it out because it was so disgusting. Just because 2 things taste good independently, I mean, I like cucumbers and I like chips, doesn't mean they go well together. It's like putting ketchup with carrots. Like, why would you do that? So, yeah, it wasn't really a great idea. But this isn't a review about potato chips. It's a review about Back to Black, which just opened 2 days ago. Maybe I should do a review about potato chips. First off, I went to see the late night show and I was running late as usual, so I was just rushing, trying to get there. And you gotta think of it from my perspective. I'm a huge Amy Winehouse fan. I was dying to see this film and I didn't want to miss even a second. So as soon as I got in there, I rushed to my seat. Luckily it was assigned seating, although I didn't even sit in my seat because the theater was half empty and I found a better one. I sat down and was worried I was missing some important content, but instead it was just a bunch of crappy commercials that were just like not good, so nothing I want to see. And I was super excited that I didn't miss the feature film that I came for. But right from the outset, you know, like as a fan, I'm waiting to see Amy Winehouse in this movie. I want to see who it is. I want to see the character. And the second I saw her, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the character was too pretty. Maybe it was just not right. It didn't feel like a good fit. So I wasn't connecting with the character right from the beginning. I felt like the casting was off and something about it just wasn't genuinely Amy Winehouse. I know you can't get an exact fit, but I've seen a lot of movies where you get a good feeling. Like when I saw Queen, the person who was casted for Freddie Mercury, I thought was great right from the beginning. In this case, it just wasn't it wasn't a great fit. And I think that made it very difficult for the movie to live up to my expectations. So that was the first downfall. The next thing was there was too much focus on the faults of Amy Winehouse being her own doing. Her father and her longtime on-again, off-again partner, Blake, I think had a huge impact on the decisions she made. The fact that she was addicted so heavily to drugs, I think that was very much linked to her relationship with Blake, her partner. And that was the fact that he had such a big impact on that was really downplayed. And because of that, it just made her partner and her father come off as angels and her as the person who's at fault for her ultimate demise. So that, again, didn't sit so well with me. I felt the accuracy of her, Amy Winehouse, and her story wasn't quite there. And that could have really, there could have been a lot more done to showcase that they were really enablers. Like her father and her brother were enablers of the many faults that Amy Winehouse felt and the difficulties she was experiencing in her life. So those were two things that weren't really great. The real thing that really got to me more than anything was the fact that they didn't play my favorite song, that You Know I'm No Good. Like that song, anyone who's a Amy Winehouse fan, they definitely would have expected to see that song there. Instead, we got a whole bunch of Amy Winehouse's songs with the characters performing them in the movie, just lip syncing and looking directly in the camera and singing it. Anyone who's seen Amy Winehouse's performances already knows what they're like. They can recount them from memory. They know exactly what she brought, the camera presence, the stage presence she had. And we didn't really want to just see someone acting as Amy Winehouse, singing and performing to her music. It just didn't do it for me. I wanted to, if I was going to hear her music, hear my favorite song. And I wanted to know more about her. Like, Amy Winehouse has lived such a voyeuristic life. She had no secrets. We knew everything about her. So the movie, if it showed more depth into her character and the different emotions she felt and the different things she went through and how there were so many impacting factors, I think that would have been more meaningful than just watching her at times do stage performances. Just some things that were too unrealistic and not connecting well with the audience. So overall, I think one thing that the movie did do well was so anybody who knows Amy Winehouse's music knows that her lyrics tell a very clear story of the progression of the different events that have happened in her life. Like many artists, she's really speaking about things in her life that had a lot of meaning to her, like her relationship with different people in her life, including her longtime partner, the experiences of her partner going to jail, her having to go through rehab, all the different feelings that she had. So we know that. And I think the movie did a good job in sort of going through that element of it, but there were a lot of other areas that the movie still needed some work on. So as someone who's a big fan of Amy Winehouse, I have to say I much preferred the 2015 documentary over this movie. And it didn't live up to my standards. So I was disappointed with the movie. Not as disappointed as I was with these chips. And I'm definitely not a criminal as that Blake, her partner, was. Crazy obsessed with drugs and drug dealing. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. Could it have been better? Yes, much better. But overall, you know, what can I say? It's Friday night. I had some good entertainment. I went out and saw a movie. I enjoyed it. And I got to test out my Osmo Pocket 3 just for you guys. As always, like and subscribe. Give me high five. And this week, one lucky commenter is going to go home with A gently used packet of cucumber Lay's chips. That could be you.